Stop wasting your time. I'm gonna share with you the top 7 things that I quit to go from an unpaid assistant and college dropout to making my first million at age 26 with social media, and now having made multiple 8 figures with my companies. Whenever people come up to me at my seminars, they always ask, Max, what should I do to make more money? What do you do to be so successful? But I always tell them this, it's not what I do, it's what I don't do that is getting me to where I am right now. So starting with number 7, stop saving money. I didn't become wealthy by saving money. Nobody does. I actually got rich by investing in myself and my skill set. I know this sounds super fake, guru-like, and of course, you want to be prudent with your money and not spend it on dumb things, but you want to avoid the one thing at all costs, and that is scarcity thinking, all right? I'll give you an example. When I was in my early 20s, I actually had the opportunity to work for free for one of my all-time heroes, for a great mentor of mine, Owen Cook. But it wasn't at the right time. I wasn't having enough money to really do it. I'd have to take on huge amounts of debt. I'd have to take a loan and borrow money from everybody in order to go to the US from Europe and work for that person entirely for free. So I got into scarcity thinking. But then I kind of realized it's never going to be perfect. I'm never going to have that much money right now as a freaking student, so might as well take on the debt, invest it in myself, and go do the thing I'm meant to do, because I had a strong feeling this is something that's going to bring me closer to my purpose. And it did. Same goes for giving away your best advice. If you're a content creator or a business owner, I get this all the time. You might be thinking, yeah, but on my social media, I can't give all the good advice away because then people don't buy my programs anymore. All this is scarcity thinking, right? If you want more of something, give it away. If you want more clients, give away your best stuff for free. If you want to make more money, give your money away, right? That's literally one of the best pieces of advice that was even in the Bible already. The generous soul will be made rich, and he who waters will also be watered himself. That's Proverbs 11:25. That's also one of the reasons why I give away to charity every single year. No matter if we've had a great year or a mediocre year, I give away to charity every single Christmas, because I know, first of all, it's good karma, and second of all, that money always comes back because I'm giving away, right? Every time you fall into scarcity, you need to snap out of it by doing what feels counterintuitive, which is spending more, investing in yourself, and then eventually that money will come back. Number 6, stop judging reality. Instead, accept it for what it is and take appropriate action. Maybe you wake up one day, you woke up on the wrong foot, you're not feeling well, maybe something bad happens to you, and now all of a sudden, everything is bad. It's a bad day. It was a bad week. I'm in a bad situation right now. But in reality, you never really know whether something is good or bad. There's a great fable story from ancient China about a Chinese farmer. And one day his horse runs away. And everybody says, oh no, poor you, it's so bad that your horse ran away. And he said, well, we shall see. The next day, the horse actually comes back with 7 wild horses alongside with it. So everybody says, oh my God, so great, now you got 8 horses. The farmer says, well, we'll see. So one of his sons is trying to tame one of the wild horses and breaks his leg in the process. Everybody says, oh no, it's so bad, your son broke his leg, he can't work on your farm anymore. The farmer says, well, we'll see. The next day, the king's guard comes to the farmer's village and is trying to conscript every young adult there to go to war. But they can't take the farmer's son because he has a broken leg. And everybody says, oh, you're so lucky. And the Chinese farmer just says, well, we'll see. Now, this is a little bit of an esoteric example, but you get what I'm saying. You never really know whether something is good or bad in the long run or in the short run. So stop judging it anyways. Look, things are going to happen to you that are out of your control all the time. Maybe somebody's cutting you off in traffic. Maybe someone lies to you. Maybe your girlfriend cheated on you, whatever. You cannot change such things. You can only focus on what you can do. So you need to focus on the things that are in your control. The truth sometimes hurts. Maybe you are fat. Maybe you are not making the amount of money that you make. Maybe you are not smart enough to crack 100K or 200K a month. See that as objective feedback and take appropriate action instead of valuing it or judging it on a scale of good or bad. Just do what needs to be done. That's the only thing you can focus on anyway. It's a very stoic mindset. That brings me to number 5, and that is stop reinventing the wheel. Focus on things that work and just make them better. I get this all the time where people come to me pitching me some grandiose new idea like, I'm gonna be the new Steve Jobs. Look, Max, this is gonna be the new ChatGPT. Look, these people never amount to anything. It's excruciatingly hard to literally or proverbially reinvent the wheel. What you need to do instead is focus on things that are already proven to work and just make them better. My very first multi-million-dollar business in the dating advice niche, I didn't come up with new ways to have a great dating life. I just combined my favorite mentors back then, Julian, Owen, Jeffrey, and so on and so forth. I gave their teachings my own twist. I maybe expanded on them a little bit, and boom, people loved it. Made me my first million at age 26. My second seven-figure business, where we help people become a coach online, was not a new concept either. There was a lot of people who did that already before, but we made it better. I made it in my own personal twist, and I made it part of my own personality, which was undoubtedly very attractive to people, and that made me then again multiple $1 million for many, many years. My third seven-figure business, which is kind of an evolution of my second one, is teaching people how to create content and build a brand with AI. So also that is not a new revolutionary idea. People were already talking about building a brand. Everybody's talking about it right now. Everybody's realizing how important it is. I just said, how can we make this easier and better? Well, there's all these new AI tools coming out, so let's leverage that. Even this video right now has been copied. Like, I saw that title somewhere else. I'm like, this is a great topic. I would love to talk about that. So look, forget about reinventing the wheel. You can literally make millions of dollars a year, every single year, without being new and original. The new and original part just comes in through you, your personality, and the way you make an existing thing better. Now, interestingly enough, when it comes to making something existing better, a lot of people start comparing themselves to others, especially now with social media. I mean, maybe you've seen this yourself. You go on social media, you feel pretty good about yourself, but now you see someone else making more money. You see a girl that's prettier than you. You see a guy that's got a prettier girlfriend. Everybody's more shredded than you. There's an Asian kid somewhere out there that is always better than you at anything. So my fourth point is, don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. I got that from Tom Bilyeu, by the way, great business advice. It's so easy to compare yourself to others, but you don't know how much work they put into that. It's kind of part of our society to celebrate the one moment where somebody won, right? You're watching the Olympics and they're winning gold and you're like, wow, they just did this one thing and now they're winning gold and they're making millions. But we tend to forget about the years of preparation, the years of hard work and suffering that these people usually have put in. So you haven't put in these years yet. So it's unlikely that you're supposed to be as good as someone else right now. You're in your chapter 1, your chapter 3, your chapter 7. Most people that you're watching your content from are already ahead of you, and that's totally fine. And even if they are getting success faster, do it in your own speed. Even if you're 40, 50, 60 and you're just getting started, who cares? It's better to start late than to never start. So I have my utmost respect for you. If you're watching this and you feel you're late to the party, you fucking got this. I respect the hell out of that. When you come to me and you say, hey, I know I'm late, but I'm doing it anyways. And you could give up already. You could be cynical. You could become a hater. No, you're not. You're right here watching this video and you are making the decision to get better, regardless of your age or regardless of how far behind you might already be. And if you're new to this and you're super young and you're getting started, well, congratulations, you're gonna get a head start. It doesn't matter how far behind you are as long as you do it. So you got my respect for that. That brings me to the top 3. Don't think you need to do everything alone. That's especially important in the beginning of your journey. Everybody kind of wants to be self-made. I wanted to be self-made as well. And then I said, okay, well, let me work for free for my mentors. And even though I had to do shitty jobs like doing laundry and ordering food and driving them around, I had to swallow my pride. But ultimately, it got me much better results. So who cares? And then as you're getting better, there's actually a great concept called the law of 33%, which means 33% of your time, a third, you want to spend with people that are smarter than you, from whom you can learn, that make you get off your ego horse. The other 33%, you want to hang out with peers that are on a roughly the same journey as you, so you can bounce back ideas, you can get inspired by them. And the other 33% is you want to spend with people that are not as far as you yet. because now you can pass on your knowledge, maybe even the knowledge that you've just learned, and therefore you can become part of an upward spiral of success. And that's very, very good. Now, I actually keep learning this top 3 lesson over and over again, even at my stage. I'm making multiple 7 figures a year with one of my companies, and I could take all that money for me and have high profits, or I just hire really good people. I pay them excruciatingly well. I give them a large percentage of the money I'm making, literally hundreds of thousands of dollars every single month. But that allows me to learn from them because they're better at many things than me. So I'm totally fine with giving away that money because ultimately in the long run, it's gonna make me more money, them more money, and everybody wins. And that's really, really great because the second best thing you need to stop doing is you need to stop being passive with your time. I've talked about this before. You want to work with people that are further ahead than you. You want to do things regardless of how far back you are because all these things eventually save you time. And I see this a lot on a micro level. People wake up, first thing they do is they scroll through their phone, they check their emails, they have morning coffee, they stare out the damn fucking window. That's being passive. That is like a leaf in the wind. Most people that I know that are successful, they get up and they have purpose behind it. They know what to do. They have a little bit of a morning routine. Even if the morning routine is just get up, drink water, and get to work. You want to be in control of your time. Same goes for your macro level. It's absolutely crazy how sometimes people come up to me and I ask them, what's your goal? What do you want to do with your life? And they say, well, I want to make millions, or I want to make 2 million a year. And I say, okay, great. What are you doing right now to get there? What's your 1-year plan? What's your 5-year plan? And they don't have a specific plan for that. So also on a macro level, you want to pinpoint where it is where you want to go in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, and then you want to reverse engineer it and say, okay, this is my bi-monthly goal, this is my monthly goal, this is my yearly goal, and these are these kind of like little milestones that I need to hit. So you always want to be in control and not be passive with your time. And that brings me to the absolute number 1 most important thing that you need to stop doing immediately, that is stop watching the news. No, you do not need to know what's going on in the world. You can't change it anyways. Focus on your circle of influence instead. Stop being agitated about politics. They're all the same. They're all incredibly incompetent anyways. They're all corrupt no matter what country you're in. You cannot change it. The news are only gonna fearmonger you. They're gonna radicalize you. They're gonna make you want to spend more money on dumb shit in order to impress people you don't even care about, in order to buy things you don't even need. Stop doing that. Focus on the things you want to be doing and spend your brain power that is extremely valuable on things that bring you further and that protect you and your family and create a lot of wealth so you can live a life happily ever after.